Isn't this also like the monkey off your back moment for Lane, for Jackson, for everybody? Like, if the argument has been Ole Miss can't win these games because Ole Miss just doesn't win these games, like, I think, Jackson Dart staying in control throughout the course of this game, late in the game, not making a key mistake, there were times that Jackson Dart was willing to take the throwaway. He was willing to take the sack. He was willing to just let the drive end. I think there's a maturity that comes with that. And then you look at just like flat out, Georgia was outcoached. Lane Kiffin had a better plan than Georgia did. So, like, I'm just looking across the board and saying, if you needed that He-Man, like, I have the power moment, was that not this for Ole Miss? The turning point for Lane, the turning point for everybody. They control their own destiny. If they win their schedule out, they are going to go to the SEC championship game. They have a very real shot at not just a playoff spot. I think they'll be top 12 this week, obviously. But they have a shot at a first-round bye sort of playoff spot. Like, there's nothing keeping Ole Miss from winning a national championship right now.
Oh, whoa.
What?
I mean, national championship.
Why not? I mean, my God, there are problems with every team. There's problems with everybody.
A national championship. Okay. Get to the SEC championship game and win the SEC championship game, because there's very clearly a path for Ole Miss to get to the SEC championship game. And if they get there, they have to win it, because if they don't, then they don't get to the college football playoff.
Not making the SEC title is a dream scenario now for Ole Miss. I'm sorry to all the college football purists, but now you have a game with Florida, you have a game with Mississippi State to make the playoff. I mean, Kiffin and Ole Miss will take that 100 times out of 100. I saw today from Ole Miss a championship caliber defense, and they have a quarterback and an offense that's dynamic enough to put up 63 points like they did a week ago, and then also manage the game and run the football well like they did today to beat Georgia. That is a championship level football team, and they had those hiccups early in the season, but the way they're playing right now, Ole Miss can win a national championship without a doubt.
I mean, part of that
I didn't trust Lane Kiffin to win this game.
Yeah,
I can't trust him to beat Texas or Tennessee in the SEC championship game, or possibly go on the road to State College in December and win a playoff game. Like,
you're going to trust James Franklin in that game? Like, I mean,
you're going to trust Lane Kiffin?
Ole Miss, Penn State?
I mean, that's the trust bowl. Like, no, there are so many cracks in the armor for every team. Like, at some point, we got to look at these top 12 and just be like, hey, you know what? If any of these top 12 show up with their best day, they're going to have a shot. And any of them don't, anything less than their best day, they're not. Like, there's just, we lack the dominance this year in college football that makes it impossible for any of these teams to win. I don't think that the flaws for Ole Miss are any more glaring than the flaws at this point for Texas or Penn State, or just go up and down the list, or Notre Dame, any of these teams we're talking about.
Anyone can slip up at any point, especially when you have to play, 4 to 5 games, including a conference championship game, in order to win a national championship. Anyone could slip up. But I think the national champion will not slip up. And I cannot trust Ole Miss to not slip up in a big-time football game 4 or 5 times in a row. Prove me wrong, Ole Miss, but you lose at home to Kentucky? That's still the same team.
Yeah, but if that's the argument, how can we trust, as good as I know we're going to get into Alabama, but Alabama's given us a million reasons not to trust them this year.
I don't trust Alabama.
Right. I don't trust Alabama. I don't trust Nico.
I don't think we trust anyone.
Like, that's the whole point. Like, I don't trust
Oregon.
I don't trust.
Hell no.
My lack of trust around my lack of trust around Ole Miss isn't more than my lack of trust around everybody else. Like, I agree with you. Usually, I wouldn't trust like this. This is like walking into The Bachelor on a reality dating show. I don't trust any of them. So I'm just walking in and saying, okay, which one's going to, like, screw me over the least? I don't know.